What's happening, fam? What is this? Happy Wednesday. It
Yes,
is
yes.
Wednesday night. We have made it through. We are making it through the week. I think we at the midpoint, and I'm grateful. I hate to sound so churchy, but I am grateful to see another day. All right. Somebody did die today. I know we laugh about somebody did die. Somebody did not wake up, and I'm grateful I made it through that traffic and through all that rain this week we experienced. I don't know about you, but I am grateful. All right.
Yes, I am too. I agree.
But happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to the Wednesday night conversation. We are in our Lenten fast, 30 days of focusing on our finances. We talked about this past week that the purpose of fasting and prayer is that it gives us access to power. And Jesus said it was the access of the power will be so strong as a result of your focus of fasting and prayer that we would never go back to that place again. And that is our challenge. That is what we are believing God for, that we will never go back to a place of broke again in our lives, that we will never go back to a place of not enough, from living a paycheck to paycheck. And we believe a God who can do it. We also have been declaring that there's a wave of glory over our lives, that God is preparing a way ahead of us. The scripture says that he is giving us streams in the desert and roads in the wilderness, that he has already prepared the way. What does that mean for you and I? It means that we need to prepare to manage successfully. Too many times we prepare for failure and not prepare for our success. And so that's what these days are about, preparing to manage success. And we have the success expert with us, my sister, Shelly Sharpe. She's hanging out with us. What's up, sis?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for hanging out with me again.
Yes, thank you.
And we are leaning in to explore sense. All the information is on our bio. You can check it out. We've added her to the link tree. If you want to hit the link and our Instagram, on our Facebook, and I think there's a link there on YouTube. You can check out Explore Sense. And you'll hear a little bit of information tonight as we're talking about credit, right?
Yes.
Credit is very important as we manage successfully. And her and I were talking earlier, you can get information anywhere, right? If you don't understand credit, then you are intentionally foolish at this point in your life. In 2023, we can tell the truth, right, Shelly?
Exactly. Everything uses credit now.
And not just credit, but the access to information. I feel like sometimes we don't take advantage of it.
Yes.
But there's access to information about credit anywhere.
Exactly.
And so if you are ignorant of it, it is your choice to be ignorant of it. Now, let's go to make sure we go to reputable sources like Explore Sense, right? Let's not go to your latest TikTok, wipe your credit clean scheme, send your letter in. Let's be smart. Let's be integral. Shelly, share, give us a nugget on wisdom concerning credit. Give us something that you feel like we need to hear.
So I'll say when it comes to, it's like always bringing it back to our group of people, minorities, that credit has a bad name with us. And I feel as though it was looked upon bad or negatively because we weren't taught how to use it correctly. And I can, and I'll take it back to like my grandparents' era. I'll say like during their time, they didn't have credit cards, but they did have credit. So say for instance, if you needed milk or meat or things like that, you would go down to the store, you would buy whatever, they would write it down, in a book. And then when you got paid, that's how you would pay it back. But they weren't hitting you with these, these large interest fees that you have, or APRs and, late fees and things of that nature. And then even I'll say like with our parents' era, that's when the credit cards were introduced. But to me, it was more so like the store credit cards, like your Sears and your Macy's and right, those things. So that became big. But then and I don't know if I'm telling my age, but I know when I first went to college, the big thing was, those first couple of weeks of school, you would have a representative on campus and they would sell you a credit card. And that's where the majority of people initially first messed up their credit, because you were just turned 18, you were eligible for a card, and people were swiping, going to buy the new outfits, sneaks, for the parties or whatever you were going to, or charging up food, not knowing that you had to pay this money back. People just assumed that it was free money because, how the representatives presented it, they didn't give you all of the information, and, not being financial literate, it really messed people up.
I had a Discover joint. I got a Visa joint. I got a MasterCard joint. They hit me hard, bro. They hit me hard, sis. And I sucked it right up like it wasn't nothing. Took my little $300 card limit like I was something.
Right.
$400 card limit like I was something. Come on, I hear you. Yeah, we all got jacked up, every one of us.
So, but now, being as though we know that credit can be good, it could be positive, we have to use it in that manner. And just, kind of comparing a debit card to a credit card, it's more secure to use a credit card when it comes to, theft and things of that nature. So for instance, if you go to the store and you get a transaction using your debit card, the money is automatically withdrawn from your account that day. So, but with the credit card, it's, it might be withdrawn that day, but it's on your credit. It's not coming out of your bank account. So therefore, say, for instance, it's been a lot of scams with the fake readers and things like that. So say you go somewhere and you swipe your credit card. If, say you spent $100 at Target, but now on your statement, you see $1,000, that money never came out of your account. All you need to do is dispute it, submit your receipts, go through the process. So that saves you. But there's also other, perks with using a credit card. Some credit cards have rewards when you go to the grocery store, fuel, buying office supplies, things like that. You might get 2% back, 3% back. Also, there's like travel protection, like travel insurance, and as well as like if you get a rental vehicle insurance and things like that. Some cards now, if you're, traveling and you get like TSA pre-check or global things like that, they'll reimburse you, right? They will reimburse you for that. So, there's a lot of perks. All the cards, aren't the same. So, look into them. But I can say even with, with the credit unions, and it does depend on your credit score, but with the credit unions, they usually have the lowest APR or the interest rate. So that's also something to look into as well. If, you are getting like a lot of the high interest rates, you want the interest rates to be as low as possible if you continue to carry over a balance month to month.
Got one of them, count me in too over there. Yes. I tend to use my credit more than I use my cash. I use my credit throughout my week. My gas, my little this, my little that, particularly my gas, my little coffee or something like that. And paid off at the end of the month.
Right.
It keeps that spending. They like to see the spend, but it also, helps, raise that score a little bit. Keep that going. Right. But it helps me reserve my cash.
Yes.
Helps me maintain my savings, our commitment to our savings.
Right.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who needs to repair their credit? Again, I see schemes. I probably was scrolling on social media today, and I swear I saw 50 different people.
It's the come up.
I'm thinking to myself, oh, Jesus.
Yes.
So, but last time I checked, pay your bills on time, right? Yes. Live within your means, right? Yes. So, stop your spending, right? Those are practical things that I have known all along. Of course, there's disputes. You could dispute things, but some stuff gonna work, some stuff is not. Is there anything that we are missing other than, to repair your credit at this point?
So I would say because even though things have changed in our environment, we're still in a pandemic. So right now, if you go to annualcreditreport.com, you can still get your weekly, your credit report free weekly. Okay. Usually the rule is you can get it free annually. But because we're still in a pandemic and it's been a lot of fraud, you're able to get it free weekly. So I would say that would be the first step, is to pull your credit report from the 3 major credit bureaus. There are more than 3, but the top 3 are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And once you pull that information, just to review it, make sure that your name is spelled correctly, that your address is correct, that there aren't additional addresses on there. Yes, you might have another address if you move like in the last few years and things like that, but sometimes if someone has taken your credit, then their address will be on there. So check those things. Some employers also report to the credit agencies, so make sure that your employer name is correct and your title, things of that nature. And then just comb through it and just make sure that everything that is on there is related to you.
Yeah.
And even like the hard inquiries and things like that, just make sure that you have requested those accounts to, look at your credit and things of that nature. So I would say that would be the start. And then from there, to dispute the items, it is better to dispute the items in writing. So, to get the address, type up the information that needs to be disputed, make sure that you're putting like the codes or the categories that you need, and then mail it in. Yes, there are things that you can dispute online, but because a lot of people are using these templates and doing these quick schemes of trying to delete everything off of their credit report, some stuff will pop right back on, or it's not getting cleared, because once you submit it electronically, majority of the time it's artificial intelligence reading through that information. So if certain, I guess, triggers or words aren't in there, it's not going to pick it up. So then if you write the letter, it still has to get scanned through, but then a person will review it, and you more than likely to get things corrected. Sometimes you may need to dispute things more than once, but start off with the basics, and don't go out here trying to clean everything off your credit report and saying, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, because eventually you're hurting. Right, you're hurting yourself. So yeah, you might clean it off, but once they start digging, or other companies start reporting, because like I said, it's more than 3 credit bureaus. It's at least like 20 some other agencies that do report information. Once that starts running again, it'll be right back on there. So don't pay that money to get the quick quick credit cleaning, and then it's right back.
It's not real.
Right.
You're gonna have to go through the process like everybody else, right? The challenge is, we don't want to endure the process.
Yes.
We don't want to write. We don't want to wait and then write again. And it is a process that takes endurance. So what I want to push at is where your core value is, right? As a believer, our value is in our name. The Bible says a good name is to be chosen above choice silver. And so if you need to have value when it comes to your name needs to carry weight, not just in the street. Your name needs to carry weight, or with the credit bureaus, because at the end of the day, you need house, you need car, you need the basic essentials, and at this point, all of it take your credit.
Everything. Even some employers, you might not, if you have bad credit, you might not get a good job because they have checked your credit. So remember that. But also something else that you can do now, and they've introduced this like in the last couple years, if you're paying rent and utilities, and you need to improve your credit score, you don't have enough credit mix being reported to your to the credit bureaus, there are different companies that you can utilize to show your rent payments, your on-time rent payments, or your on-time utilities, and that will also help boost your score. And one other thing to do is you can become an authorized user. So if you know someone that has great credit, has good credit history, duration, paying on time, they have a good credit score for, so it goes by, by account, by credit card. So they can add you on as an authorized user. Yes, there will be a card in your name, but if you're not good with that credit, I would suggest, like, as the authorized user or the primary holder, whoever is, assigning you to that card, to just keep the card, because you're really just trying to improve your credit. They're not trying to give it to you to say, hey, here's some more money to spend if you haven't already been good with your spending. But being an authorized user can also help improve your score. And just paying timely, it's really important to know what is on your credit card statement. Because now, and I think it occurred when Obama was in office, that there's a section on your credit report that shows you, if you pay by this date, this is how much you owe. If you pay by this date, so it shows like if you don't pay with any interest, but if you don't make any more purchases and you pay within 3 years, this is how much, so that will help you as well. But just make sure that you're cognizant of your statement close date, when your due date is, how much your APR is. If you're getting hit with late fees, just be aware and comb through it. And even with your credit card statements, also make sure that there aren't errors on there as well when you're getting a monthly. And that's how a lot of people, like when it comes to the bank or the credit card, they're not looking through their statements. They see a balance and they're just paying it, but they're not looking at the details. So that's something else that you also need to be cognizant of.
I opened some secure credit cards early in the game when I was trying to repair. I opened like 3 different secure cards. And I used them, paid them off, used them, paid them off. And it did add some value. It had a lot of value to my name. Until some of those other good ones started to be extended. But that's another good way to reestablish some credit. Now, when somebody give you some, take some cash, get you a secure card. Somebody will be nice out there and give you a secure card.
Yes. Yep.
What is the value? And I know a lot of people, we don't discuss a lot of time, but the value of business credit, right? What if we have a lot of entrepreneurs, and I want to say this, we was listening to a preacher earlier this year, actually around New Year's time. He said that there are 90% of the LLCs that are open in this country are sole proprietor LLCs, meaning that we are using ourselves. There's very little partnership. We're not using each other, partner with each other to do the work. And so we have to, and listen, in 2023, you have to partner with people that have the skill set. There will be no lone rangers who are going to make it just out here. Too many times we celebrate the anomalies, and we have no value for the common denominator. And the thing that works in our culture right now is partnership. You have to partner with people who have the gift and the skill set that you do not, so that you all can come together and build something worthwhile. That it is, and while you're doing that, while you need to establish a company, you're gonna have to establish a company, a partnership. Myself and my business partner, we have done it. We continue to do it. I'm so glad that we are doing it. We are both benefiting from it. So both of our families are benefiting from it, and we are bringing other people to be a part of the LifeTurn network. And so that we can continue to expand, but it is necessary. There's so much that I do that my partners cannot, and there's so much my partners do that I cannot. But one of the benefits that have given us some capital is strong business credit, giving us access to capital is some strong business credit. Talk a little bit about it, if you got a little bit, any info to share, any wisdom.
Okay, so as you stated, business credit is definitely important. A lot of people don't realize that it is as important as it is, and but it can take you a little while to grow your business credit, just like it does your personal credit.
That's right.
So initially, when you open your business, you do want to register. You have your name, you get your EIN number. It's also important to register for a DUNS number.
Yes, Lord.
So a DUNS number is, if you want to compare it, it's kind of like a FICO score. It's like your personal credit. So with your DUNS, you get business credit. You get rated for your business, how much you're paying, timely, your credit limits, how many 30 net account or 20 net account. And when I'm saying those accounts, basically you have an account with a business and they approve you to purchase some items. And if you have net 30, you purchase the items, they give you 30 days to pay the money back.
Yes.
So that information does get reported. all I'll say businesses or vendors that you may purchase from, they don't all report to the DUNS, but you can request that they submit the information. There's a form that they can complete, and they can send it in on good faith, so that can also assist you. But just to also have your address correct, a business cell phone, so just to look legit. All of that will help with your business credit.
You can get a virtual address that's an actually real address.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not just a PO box, get you an address. Okay.
Yeah, so make sure that all of that is set up and your information is the same across the board. But also, when you do start your business credit, some accounts will ask for a personal guarantee. So with the personal guarantee, that means that they check your personal credit as well as your business credit.
Yeah,
so don't think you're going to go out here and be like, oh, my personal credit is jacked up, but it's all right because I'm going to get this business credit. No, not in the beginning. You are not.
I keep seeing these little TikTok joints. Go use your business credit to get this Mercedes.
No, that's not how it works.
Get your head out the clouds. Turn the social media off and discipline yourself. Pay your bills on time, baby.
Yes.
Live within your means, okay, and do the practical stuff everybody has to do. I think the challenge for us is we don't like the time. We don't like the time, and I don't like the time.
Yes.
I don't like the time. I like the time.
Yes, you want that instant gratification right then and there.
I took my time to dig myself in, and I need to take the time to dig myself out. It is the journey both ways that help you walk away with wisdom and some appreciation when you come out on the other side.
Yes.
Right. If I didn't dig myself in and then have to do the journey to continue to dig myself out, and I'm still digging, we've been able to lift some stuff while we're digging on the way out. Right. But there's one thing, I am not going back.
Yes. Keep moving forward. Keep increasing your score, not decreasing.
Listen. I'm not going back. And as much as we are talking about credit, we are also reflecting about mindset. You've got to determine in your heart. If you are not on this financial fast journey with us, you can hit the link tree, download the 30-day guide, pay attention. You are on social media. I bet you if you check that time on your cell phone, I make my joint report to me.
Yes, how long you've been on there, you will be surprised.
Like, Jesus, was I a day? Oh my God.
Right. You like, this thing lying. It did not calculate this time. Right.
It'd be true. You can give some time to devoting yourself to some reading and some focus and some financial literacy. We are here to help guide you spiritually through this process, because here's what the scripture says. The scripture says, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Right. Yes. So what's going on inside me has to prosper first. Once I'm prospering inside, and I know that sounds cliche-ish, but it's true. Once my thinking is adjusted and my desires are adjusted and my motives are adjusted, that's the soul. The way I'm thinking, my motivations, my desires, once those things are adjusted, now I prepare myself for the real wealth, right? It's going to reflect on the outside. When I'm changed on the inside, I'm going to start making different choices in my everyday life. And so the goal is to change your mindset. And I hope that you are making the decision. That's where it starts, making the decision. I'm not going to go back. Yes. I think we said it on Sunday. We said it. We declared out of our mouths, we will never be broke another day in our lives. And I'm declaring that in my heart. I pray that you are declaring that over your life, because that when you make a decision in your heart, it's going to show up in your life. Opportunities are going to show up. You're going to start using the wisdom that's in you to start making wise choices. Because watch this, God's intentions for you will remain the same, whether you make a good choice or a bad choice, whether you choose life or you choose death. It doesn't change God's intentions. God's intentions for us are to prosper, but Shelly, we got to keep making those choices every single day. And listen, even if you messed up, my credit's gotten good and I've made it go all the way down.
And life happens. I mean, sometimes, like with the pandemic, some people had no choice but to run their credit up. So
it happens. I like that you said that. Life happens, because it's true. life does happen. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the tone of our conversation to be condescending for anybody,
Mm-hmm.
because life does happen, and life has happened to so many of us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to dismiss that,
Mm-hmm.
right? What This is why the spiritual rejuvenation and the focus of a time of fasting and prayer in your life, particularly around your finances, is going to give you the boost that you need. It's going to give you, and hopefully we'll talk about it this coming week. It'll give you anointing. That's what you
Mm-hmm.
need. You need God's power in your life, His supernatural in your life,
Mm-hmm.
because I know we wrestle with so much, but life happens, and when life happens, you get back on that bandwagon,
Mm-hmm.
doing the things that are necessary for you to grow. I feel like I cut you off. You were gonna say
Oh, no, no, no. That's fine. I'm I agree with everything that you're saying. But yes, it's just like, like you said, that business credit is very, very important.
Yeah.
And just there are services for those that might have questions when it comes to business credit or their small business. If you go to the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center,
Okay.
basically each state, they have them. You can contact them and they offer free services.
Nice.
So yeah, so there are things that you can, request and ask for. And as you were stating earlier, we are in the internet world now. So a lot of stuff you can find on YouTube, or TikTok, but you also have to take out the information that will not assist you,
Yeah,
or if it seems too good to be true, it is.
it is.
So
It is.
don't let them get you.
It is. And they will get you. They will get you. They will take your
Mhm,
money. They will beat you, and there will be nothing you can do about it. I got beat. I ain't gonna
mhm,
lie, Shelly. Somebody beat me
mhm.
for some money. I ain't gonna lie. Thinking I'm listening. But I wasn't being wise.
Mhm,
I wasn't in a good headspace up here.
mhm,
Right. And so this is why the focus and the prayer and all the focus, this Lenten season, financial fast, this is important for you, because it's giving you an opportunity to focus. We have so much going on in our lives. I don't know about
mhm,
anybody else, but family, business, work, ministry, preaching, works, all this stuff. This stuff happens for me every week.
mhm,
I had a family member here, staying with me, hanging out. Well, help me with some kids, help me with kids. My wife was away, and she
mhm.
was looking at me like, I don't know how you do it.
I say the same thing with some of my friends and
And
cousins.
but
Yes.
it's the norm. It's the norm,
Mhm.
right? It's become the norm.
Yes.
What isn't the norm is the opportunity to focus on one thing.
Mhm.
That's what
Correct.
makes this time valuable,
Mhm.
so that you can focus your attention and make the adjustments. We probably don't need to make huge adjustments. It is
Mhm.
probably small things
Yes.
in your life
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that are gonna make the greatest
Mhm.
difference.
Yes. I
Um,
agree.
but if we don't pay attention to detail, if we don't pay attention
Mhm.
to the details, that we won't see the devil that's lurking up in there.
Yes. And as the saying goes, you know better, you do better.
Yes.
So it's just like, as you learn, take that knowledge. And if you don't know, ask somebody. There are plenty of people out here that will assist you and mentor you. There are a lot of people out here now, since the pandemic, that charge $2,000, $3,000 for mentorship. So you don't have to go that route. There are people that will volunteer their time and take you under their wings for free. But use your resources
Yeah.
that are out there, and don't get discouraged, but just continue to live below your means. Make sure that you are aware of things, and just I know, like, one thing that I ask myself, because sometimes, you're just buying something just because it's there, and it's just like, okay, if you're buying a new outfit, am I going to be able to wear this again? Is this a one-time thing? I'm paying too much, what's
Hmm,
my return on this investment,
hmm.
and or sometimes, depending on what it is, if it's a higher price item, I'll say, okay, it'll take me another 2 or 3 checks to pay this. Do I have anything else that's going to take away from this, or can I pay it off in that time? If I can't, I'm not going to get it, because more than likely I probably don't need it
I
anyway.
don't need it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got me looking at some shoe boxes over here now.
Amazon.
Yeah. All right, we moving now. Now we done. All right, no. Listen. Shelly, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I so appreciate you. To all those who are watching, whether you're watching in the morning, you're watching at night, you're watching it, whenever you are watching this, listen, check out Explore Sense. Contact information is there. It's in the link. It's in the bio. It's all over it. Check her out. Contact her for some information. Sis, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back next Wednesday, y'all. 7 p.m. We had a lot of views this past time. I think we did like about 1,200 views this past time across the platforms. Well, we're gonna keep pushing again.
Yes, thank you.
I love you. And listen, I'm praying for y'all. Stay focused. Remember, LifeTurn Network, LifeTurn family. We are never going back. This moment is a moment in our life that we are saying never again. We are never going back to that place, to that mindset of poverty, that mindset of insufficiency, to that mindset of not enough. We are stepping over into a season of more than enough. And all you have to do is believe and prepare. Pastor, is that easy? Yes, I need to believe and I prepare. And preparing is work. Make no mistake about it. You'll prepare. Sitting there. Preparation takes work.
Yes,
so your work and your focus is to prepare for the things that God has for you. We are reading Senegal's book. One book is called Oxen. The other book is called Once I Was Broke, Now I Am Not. Senegal, Sengal. Check him out. Great resources for you to help you move forward. We love y'all. Have a good night. We are in person Sunday morning, 8 a.m. virtual right here in this virtual space across the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. And then we are on in person, 10 a.m. LifeTurnChurch. Come check us out.
Yes.
Have a good night, y'all. Be safe.
Thank you.
We'll be back. All right.
All right. Bye, everyone.